Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
June 16th, 9:46 a.m. Digital court for lobby number 2.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, you just said digital court.
I forgot to do my intro, didn't I?
So, you didn't do an intro.
Hey, it's getting... Transport policy story. My busy. And how Mr. Wright's not here today? He says whole old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? It was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled at me and said we'll be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice! Saw my voice training at 5 this morning. Ooh, do some now. I want to see, here. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Paul Justin, I'm fine! Sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? Good morning. Yo, sir. Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. He's hanging loose and that thing go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Not really.
Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here.
See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. Can't keep real. Shut up.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Sounds like you've both been voice training too, Apollo. Most folks realized. Before Star Guys died, I had a real talk with my client. Just good. Go on before. Let's go.
Yep, there he is.
It's now in session for the trial of Rocky Kentucky. My voice gonna be dead by the end of the trial. Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready to rock and roll here, Judge.
Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother.
Did he not recognize him yesterday?
No.
He was there.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was Mr. Gavin's brother until
He looks exactly the same. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Are you taking a leave of absence?
You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your jingles go platinum, yeah?
He's very charming.
Oh well.
I see, to be honest, I was a little concerned. Afraid that he might still be distraught over that one trial.
Look, that was my choice. This is what he would be if he was German. Not to worry, Herr Judge. You really like that better?
No.
Okay then.
Can you do a mix between the two?
Not to worry, Herr Judge. That sounds Irish. Wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother?
I'm not a little boy.
It was worth canceling a show or two.
Understood. May give the opening statement to the court.
Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious?
It is a court of law.
That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Herr Judge.
I'm not supposed to jump. There's a courtroom.
Achtung, baby. Today we play it my way.
What's that noise?
Achtung, baby is the U2 album.
Neat.
Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting.
It's crazy.
The victim, Paul Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic.
He looks lame.
The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand.
Wasn't the water's doctor doing the pulling a noodle stand?
Yes, I believe. You will only find that out by asking the defendant, right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim.
What do you mean undeniable?
If you were to glare at anyone, Herr Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see.
Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. How's you making the sounds? How do you make the sounds?
9, not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up.
He's magic! Let's talk without the
Accompaniment?
accompaniment. So I can see the guitar for a second. The guitar's in his mind!
Is Gavin a German name?
I don't know. Why is it Prosecutor Gabby?
The motive, Herr Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic?
Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that.
Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said.
What? What is right?
What is right?
Yeah, I say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like got you good, huh, Polly? Squawk. Oh, that's highly unusual, but going out here in the defending could something is motive in the crime.
Something just fall on the roof?
I don't know.
Or is it raining?
So, you son of the defend Rocky, are you? Hey, your son, old man. You step to a Kentucky, you best be prepared to step strong.
You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into jail. Oh wow, so I'm actually standing up for the judge?
Gotta hand him, Rocky sure has guts. Someone's got some words about. Well, then the court now here does more on the fence more. My voice is gonna be so dead by the trial. From the defendant himself. With the judge and Apollo shouting and this guy.
I don't know that Apollo has to shout.
I'll tell you one thing, that doctor's a cracker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my arm something bad. And they just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in, get another doctor to patch me up again. That day I done figured out no OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night, you know what I'm saying? Saying you're one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down when you keep it real on the street, true that. I'll tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Can't believe this is the first time hearing about all this. First of all, the word you're looking for is crack. Isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, pointy locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was a cracker, plain and simple. By someone, you mean... Was there anyone at the school cell with this doctor besides you, I mean? You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made my own mind, do what had to be done, straight gangster style. But why are you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. So you were a patient at the Marcus Clinic half a year ago? For what reason? How we might call Mark of Honor.
Can you explain precisely what was wrong?
We had a little one with the Rivales family. That's where poor Jack moved. And ran into an ambush. She busted a cap right in me.
According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting, and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time, by yourself.
Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So okay to the Marcus Clinic from there.
Apparently, he was shot in the heart.
Shot in the heart! Shot in the heart is still alive? I catch bullets between my teeth. But I never learned how to catch them in my heart. The bullets out just showing my thumper, you know what I'm saying? I've been golden if it weren't for that rat doc. Can't take out a stupid bullet.
So, as you say, the surgery was a failure.
They are, Holmes. What do you mean he just lets you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's back, that's what. I'm not sure what that... I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. Forgot to my voice.
Sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go.
He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. So I gotta go... Oh, wait, I've already read the text. I forgot. This bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressed up against my heart.
Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles.
Oh, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Well, J-Man, wonder actually, that's for shizzle. Seems I have issues with this doctor. Man, put him down is like doing the world a favor. Wacky, please consult your lawyer for saying things like that. Jim, Apollo, back straight. But why this mistake only come like that day?
It was found during the family health checkup.
The family checkup? That's the wackest thing of all. Oh, she's lying up, taking eye exams and all that. Better die and then fade away, Bazoy.
A relief to hear.
And, oh, what's a relief?
Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you.
What?
Yes, Herr Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life.
No way, that's fact.
There's proof. Your checkup report. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you.
Wait a minute, a checkup report. So at that club, yeah. Okay, that's a very short checkup report.
You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started.
Started?
We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness.
Mikey shows quite all, son. I'm a little uneasy myself. It's Gavin's strategy. Who is this man? You're doing his voice, fuck you.
Is that a man? I thought that was a woman.
I don't know.
So, will you tell us your name and occupation? Well, I guess I'll see the name.
Anyone in this game could be any gender under the white light.
Okay, it's a dude.
My name is Wesley Stickler.
I want to kill him.
My occupation, I take it you refer to some labour that profits society at large and supports a livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation, and once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not gestalt per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought.
By which he means to say that he is a student.
I hate him.
A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken.
I hate him.
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my...
Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today.
Well, Mr. Stickler, please testify to the club about what you saw in the night of the crime.
K. You asked quite simplistically what I saw. Understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designed to receive and interpret data, sending images to the form of signals. And that night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead.
Okay, well, I didn't know you a while. Was someone else in the park at the time?
I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
The pistol our witness refers to is this.
That's a nice pistol. The court accepts it into evidence.
Pistol added to the court record.
Well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Let me look at the pistol real quick. Damn, that's a nice pistol. Bit small.
It's tough to know exactly how big it is without me.
Yeah, but let's look down the barrel.
Frame of reference.
Whoa, don't point that thing at me. Is Trucy holding it? No, I can handle myself around guns. Who gave Trucy the gun? Magic guns, at least. The ones that pigeons come out of. Very reassuring. Nice gun, nice gun. And also 2 rounds of hide. And let me just make sure. Yeah, bullet to the right temple, not the front. You dumbass. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why is staring like that at the witness? That man. Can't help but feel I've seen him something before. I do not care to hear your dialogue again. Or see your dialogue again. square in the forehead. You absolute liar. That's all of it. I think I have a chance.
Is that you, relaxing? I see, Hair Justice.
Objection! One square enough, Mr. Justice. Paula, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Wait. Look at this.
He looks like a Who. From, like Horton Hears or The Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes. The autopsy report, the bottom of the autopsy report doesn't need an update. Wait, a problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrical absolute. What do I mean by this? For example, the deflection of a meter is, the wavelength of the light emitted by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely
What the fuck are you talking about krypton particles? Mr. Justice. Yes? Would you object to these, krypton particle things?
This is the big time, and you're obsessed with something so small, you disappoint me.
No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the Wright temple.
In experimental particle physics, a liquid krypton is used to construct quasi-homogeneous electromagnetic calorimeters.
Yeah, that's not nothing. I'll open up the call back with.
Krypton is characterized by several sharp emission lines, the strongest being green and yellow. Krypton is one of the products of uranium fission. So apparently it is a real thing. It is a chemical element. Has a symbol Kr and atomic number 36. It's a colorless, odorless, noble gas that occurs in trace amounts in the atmosphere and is often used with other rare gas in fluorescent lamps. Krypton is chemically inert. Like other noble gases, it is used in lighting and photography. From 1960 to 1983, the official definition of the meter was based on the wavelength of one spectral line of Krypton-86. Anyway.
The temple?
Mr. Stickler. He said quite clearly.
But excuse me.
He said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is right, finally.
Hair Justice. Oh, Hair Justice.
Yes.
Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wounds your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it?
Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Yerp.
Hey, Hair Forehead.
Forehead?
Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Hair Forehead?
Well, I guess try to stop them. I'd probably shout, stop.
And you, Fraulein? Fraulein? I think it's
Me?
Fraulein.
Well, I'd probably scream, eek!
I should ask your mother. And you, Hair Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder?
Ah! If the victim turned sad at the last moment. Ooh.
Oh, yes. Thank you for your jogging my memory.
Sounds like a meme to the testimony. Okay. Witness testimony, part 2.
As soon as the killer raised the pistol, I took action. Seize this at once, you two! I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
What about the second shot? I see, so it's him to stop the car.
Indeed, with composure.
You know, maybe the criminal would have fired if he shouted like that. That doesn't mean bad now, unfortunately.
Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Sickler, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. Wow, that's high tech. If the killer would have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
That shouldn't be the case.
Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science.
Objection. No possible way someone could have shot this guy if he was around them. Very well, Miss Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yeah, sure, hold it. Whatever. So you saw a waste pistol? Weren't you frightened?
QB said we students at Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action.
I certainly brave of you. I've got shot.
You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind.
He actually looks like he has no idea who's in danger.
Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Hold it now.
Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? That's good for one music. To not play with the Joy-Cons while I'm doing this.
They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park.
And the victim responded to that clarion call.
Quite queerly.
Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned?
Indeed, I would say about the same time, to be precise.
And the victim didn't ask for help?
Megami said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step.
Tell you sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler stalled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please. Can't describe the killer's actions more clearly.
He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that he who did the deed.
Okay, now can you describe them more clearly?
No, we're not going to do that. For multiple reasons. I don't want to offend anybody. And I can't imagine that going well. Unless you just mean queer as in strange, then I guess I could do that.
As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed.
He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. A common tale, but true.
Unfortunately, before I could take further action,
You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? I forgot. I'm Apollo Justice.
it all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time.
Don't say about that psyche as odd, Apollo. What? Kills in a hood, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. Testimony, that's what happened, yes? In that case, I expect to find something I didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. How sad as I feel. What do we do now? At least the testimony is getting a little clearer. She's right. Maybe I can find something to use in this new testimony. Objection! Wait a second.
Tisk, another misleading request. And you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you.
Come again?
Wait a second, you say. A second. Are we intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes 35 seconds, that...
Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I understand you are objecting to the length of a second. Yes, no, here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it.
Common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints.
Wait, but if you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints.
Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there.
I'm not little.
Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fräulein?
Eh?
Word of the killer. The defendant was wearing gloves.
Fuck. I admit, didn't think of that, Apollo. Oh, Mr. Justice? Could the killer have been wearing gloves? No. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained. Which contradicts your testimony. Everything happened as you... Oh, I kicked the mic, fuck. Everything happened as you say it did. You won't have time to wipe the pistol.
That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant. He threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of.
That sounds solid to me. Well, Herr Forehead, any of your precious objections?
What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice train go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? He restated very certain now. He said he saw Rocky drop a murderous weapon. Rocky. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Rocky threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. But Mr. Stickler, it must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended.
Skill issue.
Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this the appellation poor might be well prefixed to my name. It is for the issue at hand.
What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Defense have anything to say about this? Well, if Wright threw wasn't a pistol, it had to be something else.
At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking.
Fuck you! I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin.
Well, at least you know that it's pretty.
It is quite pretty, I gotta admit. Perhaps you can inform the court of the nature to this something else.
No comment from the judge on the pretty face.
Why the killer throw it before fleeing the scene? Conniving. Is that a sword? No. Saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Wait, asleep before I judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? The single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that the defendant threw it down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed.
Oh, Herr Forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven.
Huh?
One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Rocky Kataki. Two, the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Oh. Indeed. It wonders me, Gavin, there's the lesson here. Because of the opinion that witness is fond of making assumptions. That light happening would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. So less assuming, please.
It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are, assuming that my assumption is no better.
What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired.
You could not prevent...
Wait, I've already read this?
No.
I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor can I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
Why don't you chase the killer?
He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that.
Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also now know that there was no one else there? Seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not?
Does it not, Mr. Justice? Better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Which way did the killer want?
By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction.
The he ran in the opposite direction from the Kentucky mansion.
Achtung. Don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight.
How do you know that's where I was going? He was certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing.
One is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science. One must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor.
Ooh, cool answer. Very cool.
So nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Why does she keep looking at me?
So I don't think there's a Trucy button.
When you first start to call an ambulance?
It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite.
Actually, okay, he's going to cry. Trucy, stop looking at me. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes?
I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction.
Is that all?
No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing.
It's very nice. Now, odd to think there'd be few people around there in the park. So he just stood there, watching. I must go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony.
Had enough at last, hair forehead?
Maybe it's time to back off a bit. Nah. Defense still has some questions that demands, Your Honor. Your opinion, prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I will soon amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head.
Very well. You may continue the cross-examination. Shall I continue the cross-examination? Yeah, there's not much else there. That past the last team and get back there. Abba-dabba-dabba-da.
Adabba-dabba-da.
Gabba-dabba-dabba-da. Maybe there isn't anything left to unravel in this testimony after all.
Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month, hair forehead.
They don't have enough to put Rocky away yet. Should I back off for now? I pressed the wrong button. Fuck! That was an accident.
Apparently there's a unicorn edition of Candyland.
Oh, there's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. There's no objection to the witness's current testimony.
There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, This fell out of his pocket. He was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion.
No! Seems we're come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all.
How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, hair forehead?
I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. Court out a clear verdict for the defendant, walkie-talkie. Hold it. Eat. Pardon the fuck? Trucy?
Nobody move.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet.
Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean the notorious gangsters?
If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes.
Where did Hat go? Did this guy steal it? Is she faking this? What? This court not bad press from the likes of...
Herr Judge, I see a little point in further aggravating this gentleman.
Oh,
Recess 20 minutes, so I promise you you'll regret it.
wait, how do you disappear so fast?
Is she a ventriloquist too?
Probably. Come to the defense lobby, Apollo. Suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Be enough to catch that mysterious man. Well, thanks for watching this episode of Gabby the Game Blogger. Come subscribe, go type this in. One morning.
Fahu Forest, Dahu Doris, welcome Christmas, come our way. Because, you know, Apollo looked like a who.
Good night.
Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.